Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Looks like we got quite a few people on here already. You guys must be ready to go. Can everybody hear me? Give me number one if you can hear me. Had to get my camera. I was working on my computer and I disconnected it and I had to reconnect it. Can everybody hear me out there? Give me a number one. All right. There we go. We're getting some number ones. All right. Everybody can hear me. So how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm sure most of you probably got some snow since it snowed from where? Texas all the way up through the Midwest, Northeast, everything else. And down here in Florida, the front moved through around, I think around 1, 2 o'clock. And the temperature this morning was like 78, was gorgeous. And now it's like wintertime again. The winds are blowing 15, 20 miles an hour out of the north. And it's just nasty again for Florida weather at this time of year. I tell you, something's up with that. But all right, let's see who all's in here, and then we're gonna get going on this video. JT, it's always good to see you. Thank you for coming. Prepper Days. Have a great days here. Thank you, Jasmine. Jasmine. Pronounce that right. I hope. Bear with me on names. Jan's here. Hey, Jan, how you doing? Pitbull. Nancy, nice to see you. Thank you for joining in today. MBG, hey, how you doing? I'm glad to see you. Kathy, thank you for joining in today. Julie, it's nice to see you also. Let me just keep scrolling down through. Sunset, it's always good to see you. Thank you for joining in. Ma'am McKay, the Celtic Prepper. Elizabeth. All right, I might have missed a few. My chat is jumping like crazy right now. So we're going to get going and talk about a few things here. My video that I did yesterday that came out on my inside information on the truckers. Now that video took off and a lot of people commented and stuff. And I'm going to read some of those comments. I'm going to answer and try to put more in light on what my video was about and what we need to be thinking about, folks. This is something that we really, really have to pay attention to. This is a very important topic if you really understand what I'm saying. That diesel price is what could cripple this country because a lot of things move with diesel fuel. Not just trucks, trains. Trains move with diesel fuel. Each one of those locomotive engines that they have hold 2,000 gallons of diesel fuel. Now you see some of these huge trains that come from the West Coast to the East Coast, they'll have anywhere in the neighborhood between 5 to 8 engines because they're 4, 5, 6 miles long, moving all that freight. That's a lot of weight. So this diesel price, we really, really have to pay real close attention to, folks. This is very, very important. And I think my personal opinion, this is going to be the breaking point for us here in America. Yes, the gas prices, excuse me, the gas prices are hurting a lot of us. I mean, it's costing everybody a lot more. I'm going to go over some prices and stuff. And I'm also going to go back a little bit in time, not too far, just a little bit in time, and tell you what those prices were and how far we've come. And I'm sure a lot of you have heard on the news, or you've heard reports, or read it on the internet, or watched videos about it, about the inflation rate was at what, 7.9%, the highest since 1982. And that figure ends in February. Now, it's not including what has already taken place with the whole conflict that's going on across the water. When you factor that in for this month, I think it's going to get a lot worse. A lot of stores and stuff are already been raising their prices. A lot of companies have said they're going to be raising their prices again come April. We're in a downward turn. Now, what's going to happen if these truckers can't afford to move the freight anymore? And as you're going to see here shortly, I'm going to read some comments. A lot of people, a lot of truck drivers aren't going into California unless they're getting paid more money and stuff, because the price of diesel fuel in California is astronomical. They can't afford it. And I'm going to read a few comments here soon on a couple people that have commented on that video from yesterday. If you missed that video, you got to go back and watch it. It's a great video. It's an eye-opening video. And there are, I don't know, 150, 200 comments in there. A lot of people commented, and it's a very eye-opening thing for you and your family. You need to be really aware of this, and this is why you need to be prepping right now, is because of what could be coming down this pike and what we could be facing. It is a critical, crucial point that we are in. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to read off a few comments. I'm not going to mention anybody's names. If you guys want to go back and look at the videos, you'll see the names and everything else. But I haven't asked anybody permission to use their names and stuff, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to read some of the comments. The first comment is, same thing goes for Instacart drivers. This is another thing you have to really think about, folks. The lower tipper batches can just sit there. If you want your groceries delivered, I would consider adjusting your tip to help cover the increased cost of gas. Now, this is very important also. This is something we have to think about. If you're going to be using a delivery service, a delivery app service, or anything like that, Instacart, DoorDash, any of these type of things, these people are making their living by bringing you the goods, okay? And if you think about it, they're the ones spinning the gas to bring you the goods. So tipping them helps keep them on the road and helps keep them bringing you the goods. Now, I'm not saying you have to get crazy and give them a $20 tip and all this kind of stuff, but you want to tip them fairly on what you have ordered. And this way here, they can still do their job, and you are doing your part to help these people that are trying to help us with all these different services where we don't have to go out and drive and spend the gas to go to the stores, the restaurants, and all this different kind of stuff. All right, another one was, I have a couple of friends that are long haul drivers. Now, a long haul driver, for you who don't know, those are the people that drive like from East Coast to West Coast to East Coast, so on and so forth, Florida to Maine, or Canada, and those type of things. Those are the long haul drivers. And they both have said they have been refusing jobs, folks. That's what I talked about in my video. They have been refusing jobs because they barely make enough fuel. They barely make anything after fuel. Excuse me. My friends are not even considering coming into California unless they are offered a higher mileage to compensate for the higher fuel prices. Now, folks, think about this. That's where our ports are. that's where all the goods are coming into the United States from other countries. The main ports are all over there. So if a lot of these truckers are starting to refuse to go into California, that means a lot of our goods are going to be sitting there, right? I mean, it doesn't take much to figure that one out. I mean, this is how important this is. And that's why it's so important for you to pay attention to that diesel price, because if things go the way that a lot of the advisors and all these top economic people out there are talking, by summertime, they're saying, depending on what takes place across the water, I have to be careful what I say. So read between the lines. That what takes place across the water could run our prices, gas prices, anywhere between $5 and $7 a gallon by summer. Now, what do you think that's going to put the diesel price at? That'll put the diesel price anywhere between $6 and $8 an hour or gallon. So it's a no-win situation here, folks. The higher those fuel prices go, the more it's going to be difficult for us to do daily business and to survive and have things in the store to buy. Uber Eats driver here and the others are deciding which orders to get and which not. We all need to get back to the basics and home cooking. Yes, I like eating out, but now it's expensive. And what we spend eating out can be food to be put up. He makes a very good point here. Think smarter and long term. You do what's best for you and your family, which is a very good point. Here's another one. Of course we are. We burn through multiple tanks of fuel a week. Those without fuel surcharges are definitely going under. And even when it is a lot, can't afford to operate. The margins are too close, and one tire or one breakdown, and we're out of business. So a lot of these truckers are running on very little money that they have in the bank if something happens to one of their rigs. If they blow tire or if they break down, if they blew a turbo or something like that on one of those things, you're talking thousands and thousands of dollars to fix. Another good comment was, and that I've talked about in several different videos and things, and I'm just mentioning this, it really has not much to do with what we're talking about, but it is a very good point. My family is one of those families that have their heads in the sand. This is the comment. I just stopped caring. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Oh, well, I've done all that I could do. That is very, very, that's very sad, folks. It is a very sad thing to have to deal with that type of a situation. It's very hard to try to talk with family members sometimes about prepping. It's very hard to convince them that they need to start prepping. It's very difficult for some people to wrap their heads around the idea that things are not going well and they are in denial and they don't want to believe that it is an important thing to do at this point in time in their lives. We can all talk to our family members about being ready. We can all talk to them about being a prepper. But in the end, they're the one that has to make the decision on what they are doing here. It is a very hard subject. And I have had a lot of comments over the last 2 weeks on that very topic. I've been thinking about doing a video on that topic, but there's going to be a lot of planning that has to go into that. So I don't know when that video will be coming out, because it's a touchy subject with a lot of people. But I think it's something that needs to be done. I think it's something that needs to be said, and maybe it will help some people deal with certain situations. And the idea of getting your family to be ready for whatever comes, whether it is war, whether it's a natural disaster, whether it's um, someone gets sick, somebody has a car accident, any of these type of things. And being prepped covers you over a large area of real estate as far as things that can go wrong. Now, one other thing that you really want to, I'm going to get back on topic here. Sorry, folks, but that's just it's a subject that I feel very passionate about, and like I said, I'm going to be working on doing a video on that. But I want to make sure that I really, I'm going to do some real good investigating on and maybe how to talk to people to try to get them to understand the importance. But back to the topic. When we're dealing with these type of issues and this information that I was given by a couple of independent truck drivers that I know and I deliver to, something you're going to start seeing with a lot of different companies and stuff is all their surcharges are going to be going up. And what they're going to be doing is they're going to be trying to cover the cost of all these different prices. Now you take companies like UPS. Okay, I work at UPS. I'm a UPS driver. I've been working for UPS for almost 28 years. So when they raise their fuel prices for every penny, all right, now I'm talking just UPS because I know UPS. Every penny that the price of gas goes up or diesel fuel, they have been trying to switch a lot of their regular delivery trucks that come to your homes on a probably daily basis or once a week or whenever. Um, if it goes up one penny, it costs the company anywhere between $100,000 a day for one penny. All right. And what you have to realize is a lot of companies, UPS has raised their rates, FedEx has raised their rates. Um, all your major motor carriers are raising their rates. The question stands is the one big one is Walmart. Now, I'm going to Walmart tomorrow. And as far as I know, because I was there last week, I don't know if it changed over this week, but as far as I know, as with the canned goods and things, they were still a lot of them were still at 50 cents. They haven't raised those prices yet. I have a video coming out tomorrow on my inside information from the Walmart that I deliver to and what is taking place with dates and what is taking place with products on the shelf. And you all want to tune in and catch that one tomorrow. And that comes out at 1 p.m. My Sunday video on food shortages, um, gas prices, the whole nine yards. But I do have some information. I mean, I've been delivering to this same Walmart, and I know the shipping and receiving manager very, very well. I've known that person for over 8 years. So we have a pretty good rapport, and she usually gives me some really good information. But, anyways, it's only a matter of time before Walmart has to start raising these prices. All right. Because if you think about it, folks, as I'm going to talk about in my video tomorrow, they have to appease um, the stockholders. So if they're losing money on the end of what they're selling for the price they're selling, they're going to be raising the rates. There's no way they can get around it. I don't care how big they are, they're going to be raising the rates. Amazon is going to have to start raising their prices because, they have all the trucks and stuff to have to move all their different products and their stuff all over the place from one center to another center and so on and so forth. Yes, Amazon does use like UPS and the post office and these type of carriers to help them deliver their goods. But the fuel prices that they're going to have to inquire on their own vehicles is astronomical. Not to mention that they've had to raise their pay of their employees. They've done that over the whole Charlie Victor 19 thing to keep employees working and everything else. They were given bonuses and all this kind of stuff. UPS has a cap. All right. A lot of people don't know this, but UPS has a cap on how many ground packages they will take daily. Because what happened about 3 or 4 years ago was when Amazon, it was Christmas time, and when Amazon all of a sudden got just blown out and flooded with all these packages they couldn't deliver, what they did was they dumped them into UPS and FedEx. That's when FedEx was delivering a lot of Amazon also. FedEx has cut back, and I don't even know if FedEx still delivers Amazon packages. I know they have like the Walmart account, but what that did is that crippled UPS because they were not prepared for that amount of packages to come into the system. So what they did is UPS went to Amazon and said, look, we'll take X amount of ground packages per day, and that's it. They will not accept any more. So now Amazon has to deliver or find an alternate delivery to get their stuff delivered. So being big is one thing. Being big and being able to handle the load is a total different situation here, folks. And it all comes back to those fuel costs. That diesel fuel price is what I said in the beginning of this video. If you're just coming in now and you're just catching this now, you got to go back and watch the beginning and catch what I said and what I was talking about. But like I said in the very beginning, that diesel price is what you have to watch out for to make sure that you're paying attention to that, because the higher that price goes, the more it's going to cost you for all the goods that you want across the board, not just your food, your clothes, your kids, all your kids stuff, your kids products. Your kids are going to need school clothes, tennis shoes, backpacks, pencils, paper. All this stuff gets moved by trucks, folks. Anything and everything that you buy in any store, online, whatever, it was moved by a truck at some point in time. Unless you're making the product yourself in your home and then you're going to ship it, well, guess what? It's still being moved by a truck because you have to get it from point A to point B. Whether you're using the post office, FedEx, UPS, whoever, it still has to get moved. So I urge everybody to really pay attention to that diesel price. Yes, I know the gas price is killing a lot of us. It's the national average. I'm going to cover that here in just a second. But the diesel fuel price is what you have to really watch out for. Now, right now, the stock market is down, of course. The aftermarket trading and stuff. The Dow is down 201. The Nasdaq's down 280. The S&P's down. The Dow just finished off the fifth straight week of losing. Like I did a video this past week when the stock market rallied and everything else, and told you, it's smoke and mirrors. Don't fall for it thinking that everything's going to be okay because the stock market goes up 600-700 points or something in one day, because over the last straight 5 weeks it's down. So it's just a way that they're playing with all the numbers. It's the way that they just keep doing this to us. Now let's get to the gas prices here, folks. All right. A year ago, 1 year ago from this date, all right, the average gas price for regular gas was $2.83. Imagine that, folks. Wouldn't that be so nice right now? The mid-grade a year ago was $3.15. The premium was $3.41. Diesel fuel was $3.05. Not bad, huh? All right. A week ago, 1 week ago, regular gas was $3.92. Mid-grade was $4.20. Premium was $4.47. Diesel was $4.41. Now, right now, the current average price across the board. Regular gas is $4.32. Mid-grade is $4.68. Premium is $4.96. And diesel is $5.13 on average across the board in the United States. That's why I say it is so very important for all of you to really pay attention to that price, because you see how high that has jumped. In 1 year's time, it's up $2 and change. Imagine if you were trying to run a job and your job was you were an independent truck driver and you're trying to make ends meet for you and your family and move the goods for all these different corporations that need it done, but you can't afford to start the truck. It's something to think about, folks. I'm not, no means am I trying to be in, a fear factor, scare people or anything else. I'm trying to make you aware, because a lot of people don't really realize the fact that that diesel price controls a lot of things. So if you got questions or anything like that, make sure you put them in all caps. I was going to say this from the very beginning. Make sure you put them in all caps and I'll try to get to them, and maybe we can have a quick discussion and everything else. And then we'll take everything from there. So I'm going to put my spectacles on so I can actually read over there. There we go. All right, let me scroll back up. It looks like there's a lot of people in here today. I appreciate everybody coming in here. I appreciate everybody. What you've been doing for my channel over the last month and a half, 2 months is just incredible, folks. And I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. We are growing. We are getting a lot of great comments on videos. The videos are doing good. People are participating in a lot of the comments and helping people out. And it's just a beautiful thing. It is just absolutely a beautiful thing, the way our community is growing and the way that we all are contributing to each other's success and being prepared. Thank you. All right, let's scroll down through here. Da, da, da. See here, get down below. Let's see if I see anybody new. Have a great day. Now my microwave went out today. It just never ends. Yes, it does seem like it's one thing after another, doesn't it? It's one of those things that you just, you can't plan for. That's why, in a sense, it'd probably be a very smart thing if people can afford it nowadays, which is probably very few people can. Now, I don't know about the people that are on this channel or anything else, but a lot of Americans are really going to have a difficult time trying to save money or even put it into an emergency fund. So that if something like your microwave breaks, well, you got to get another one. I mean, yes, you can live without a microwave, but if it's one of these things that you consider a necessity in your home, you have to have some type of a contingency plan. This way here, you can replace if something happens. Like if your wash machine breaks, yes, you can take and wash your clothes in the bathtub by hand with a washboard. All right. You could probably pick up a washboard on Amazon probably for 20 bucks or so. But how many people out there really want to do that? We're so spoiled of just throwing them in the washer, add the soap and the softener or whatever you use, and turn it on, and voila. When it's done, the clothes are clean. You can always throw them in a dryer, or you can hang them on a clothesline outside and dry them. I mean, but the whole fact of the washing the clothes is what you really have to plan for if the washer goes. Let me scroll down through. MBG, have a great day. My washer went. See, I was just talking about wash machines. Isn't that just funny? Hey, hopefully maybe your hubby can fix it though. That'd be a great thing, you know? I mean, if you're mechanically inclined and you can figure things out, if you have a good idea what it may be, um, if you can fix it, that's a beautiful thing. Just scrolling down through here, folks. Country Boy Cotton, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Good evening from Michigan. Got a lot of family. That's where my mother grew up, and all her family all around Grand Rapids, Cedar Springs, over in that area. Maine is snowing, but not much. I know Vermont got about 8 to 10 inches of snow. T. Washington, no snow, but 9 degrees this morning, but I still went for my walk. There you go. Elizabeth Tolman, how do you? Retired Rays, hey, how you doing? Sandra Davis, thank you for joining in from Denton, Texas. Nice to see you. Kikarock Sutu. She's in Michigan, or I'm in Michigan. The Celtic Pepper, how you doing? Mrs. P Kitty 13, how you doing? I think I already got Mama K, Celtic Pepper. Sahara Safarine. She says she checks them if they're dented. I put them back. Yeah, I agree. The one thing that I have stressed in a couple of my videos on canned goods and stuff is when you're buying your canned goods, you don't for long term. Now, a lot of people will shop at like scratch and dent stores. A lot of towns have those. But that's not where the place where you want to really be buying things that you're going to be putting away for a longer term rainy day type fund. You want to make sure that they're in really, really good shape and no rust, no dents, none of that kind of stuff. And if you watch my video tomorrow, I've got a thing on dates, and it's something you all got to really pay attention to. I'm telling you, there's some crazy stuff that's going on out here, folks. Jan, also, a lot of companies are charging the truckers a fuel surcharge once the drivers get there to pick up the load. Yep. Mrs. Piketty says 13 says I got dinner cans at Walmart the other day. I started a return online and they just refunded me and gave me the cans. It gave me a message to keep or donate or throw away. Well, that's pretty good. Because I tried that once. Now this is last year, But I tried that once. My order came and had a couple of cans dented, and they wanted me to return them to the store. So they wanted me to bring them back to the store. Then they give me new ones, and I was just like, "Well, I ain't doing that." I just kept the cans and used them first. You know, um, but that's pretty good. Most people don't think about truckers not going their usual routes. Yes, sometimes they have to go out of their ways. I mean, all it takes is an accident, a road closure, or whatever else. And then if the trucker has to, because tractor trailers are only allowed on certain roads, they can't go on like back roads like we can. There's weight limits, there's bridges. This is all the stuff that has to be factored into this. It's not like you're in your car and you can just go wherever you want. So they may have to drive 100, 200 miles out of their way to get back on track so they can get to where they're headed, you know, and that costs more money. Carol Anderson, how you doing? Rubber D, diesel 555 in Western North Carolina, regular unleaded 419, 555. Wow, that's ouch. Ouch. Yes, I've called them every time and complained. Jan, my youngest son owns a heavy equipment repair, and he got the info firsthand from the trucking companies. 465 regular gas down the street from me. Oof. Yeah, it's getting pretty pretty scary out there, folks. I'm telling you. These prices just keep seeming like they're going up. And what I want to know is when the price of oil starts dropping, is, you know, when it goes up, boom, it's like that. And if you haven't noticed, the prices jump immediately overnight. You go to bed, it's one price. You wake up the next morning, it's a totally different price. But when the price per barrel goes down, you notice those prices don't drop so fast. They still just kind of linger where they're at. It's their way of milking more money out of us. That's my opinion. Sahara, my daughter called me the other day and said, "Okay, mom, you're right. What do I buy first?" All right, there we go. See, sometimes it takes something like these bad situations that we're going through right now, with what's going on across the water, with all the fuel problems here, which is going to be a ripple effect down the road, and some people are starting to see the light, and it just goes to show you sometimes you just got to keep pressing on as much as it makes you mad or you get upset about it because it's your loved ones. These are things that people have to do. Um, and good for you. I'm so glad that your daughter is getting on board. Um, I mean, I think that's a beautiful thing. Linda Carter, hello, how you doing? You finally made it live. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate everybody jumping in here. Mrs. P, Kitty 13, still so many people with their heads in the sand. Yes, I do agree. But we try to open somebody's eyes one day at a time. We're just one day at a time. We just try and try. And that's what I do with when I started my channel. Like I have said before, I want to just try to make a difference in somebody's life. I want to try to change somebody's thinking, their habits. I want them to be prepared so that if something happens, them and their family, they can ride the storm out. Yes, maybe they won't be eating T-bone steaks and, lobster and crab legs and all this kind of stuff, but you will be able to survive. And that's why I started this channel. And that's something that, I mean, um, That's a beautiful thing. I've been adding her and my grandkids to the equation all along, but now financially she can help because I only have Social Security. So you're trying to do your part on a limited budget, and you probably know exactly how to make that penny stretch as far as possible. And that is what you have to do. And if you can't get people to um, come over and um, start prepping, see the light, if you want to put it, the only thing you can do is try to make sure that you're putting away extra for them and your family. Because if let's just face it, folks, if something really drastically does happen, any type of a bad situation, there's no way that you're going to turn around and turn your back on your own family, especially if it's your kids. It's not going to happen. So you're better off to be prepared, and this way here, you can cover the extra mouths that you may have to feed or clothe or supply medical and, soap and all this stuff goes into this, soap and toothpaste and toothbrushes and socks and shoelaces and all, you name it. A lot of people out here sometimes I think get the misconception of the fact that when you're prepping, it's more than food. You can have all the food and stuff in the world, but if you don't have all the other products, yes, you'll be able to eat, but what are you going to do about everything else? Okay, you just covered X. What about Y and Z? Right? Barbara, how you doing? Hello from Oklahoma. Nice to see you. Scrolling down through. Have a great day. Oh my God, they just limited my Facebook account. All right, did you I'm I'm telling you people, social media are coming down and really watching what people say, what they comment and everything else. And I'm just going to give you a warning. Um they're coming down hard, and that's why I'm trying to use words, not use the wrong words. Um, because I do post a lot of my videos and stuff on Facebook, and I put stuff on there, and I want to make sure I'm not getting shut down or anything like that. I'm not really worried about going to Facebook jail if something drastically happened and I wanted to really voice my opinion. Um, but in a sense, I want to make people aware you got to really, really, really watch what you say. I mean, it's so easy to jump in and make a comment, and you may think it's perfectly fine, and they're going to take it as no, you can't say that, and take it down. And usually they'll slap you on the hand the first time, um, and then the next time they'll throw you in, well, the good old Facebook jail. But Twitter is really starting to come down hard on people. And oh yes, I sell on eBay and have to always increase my shipping prices. Yes, that is something that you're going to run into. um, I would suggest, uh, if you're selling on eBay, is looking into those the post office boxes, the flat rate boxes. I don't know what you sell, if they would fit. If not, then But if it's something small or something like that, and you can get it in a flat rate box, they're going to charge you. I don't know what they are now. The last time I bought one of those, it was I think it was $6.95. That was a couple of years ago, so I'm sure by now there's probably $8-9. But it's an avenue that maybe you could do, maybe to help you out a little bit. Have a great day. Don't post to your Facebook account. JT, I keep going no matter what I do, I buy. Sales every week. I'm a window and I'm doing the best, doing fine. There we go. Mrs. P. Kitty says those canned goods at my Walmart are now 88 cents. Hubby called me tonight and said corn and green beans are 54 cents today. Well, that's still an increase because they were 50 cents. And I'll find out what mine are at my store tomorrow when I go. But I'm telling you, folks, even though Walmart is the largest store out there, the store, not company, the store that most people go to, it, like I said, and like they're saying right here, they're raising their prices. Maybe it's just a few cents, but it could be a few cents this week, then a few cents next week, and then a few cents the week after. Maybe they're not going to do it like the gas prices where it's 20, 30 cents overnight, where they really whack us. So they're giving you a chance. 54 cents is still a pretty good fair price. I don't know. Does anybody know what the canned goods are running at Aldi's now? Because they used to be really cheap. They were cheaper than Walmart. I haven't been in Aldi's in quite a while, so I don't know. But they used to really have some good canned goods sales as far as price wise. They were cheaper than Walmart. Karen, it's nice to see you. My Walmart is already raising prices. Julie says, have a great day. You can send it in Messenger. I'll try to explain how. When you go to share a thumbnail and picture shows up, look on the left side upper and you will see a list. Jen, have a great day. Facebook puts me in jail every time I post anything. I only have it to keep up with my family. So you get out of Facebook jail, you say hello to your family and stuff, make a comment and go back to jail again. But hey, but at least you got your preps, right? I mean, you're in jail, but you got your preps. Barbara, gas 379 to 409 in Oklahoma. And that's out there where the oil fields are. In Wisconsin, 409 a gallon. Barbara, just got my car road ready to go. $1,400. Yes, my car is still in the shop. My short video that I did. I'm going to try to do the. I'm going to ask you people. You guys comment below, and I'll scroll down through and see what you all think. I'm going to start just throwing out like some short videos. It's called YouTube Shorts, and start throwing some of those out there about maybe some different topics and whatever else. And what do you think? You think I should do that, or no, or can't hurt? I mean, a lot of channels that I really like that I follow, they do some of them. I don't know. I was just something I was pondering doing, just a quick little videos. They're less than a minute. What do you think? Brenda Neer, how you doing? It's already $7 somewhere in California, $5 in New York at some gas stations. Yes, California is just how people can afford to live in California is just beyond me. With the food prices, the rental prices. Forget buying a house. Your rental prices, the gas prices, and everything else. I just don't understand how most people can afford to live out there. Barbara, my wood stove and 10 acres of wood and land saves so much. Oklahoma is cheap. Yes, that would be very nice. You always have some way to your wood stove. You got a way to stay warm. You got a way to cook. And it sounds like you got plenty of wood. And if you have land, hopefully you have some clearings and you can plant your own garden. Barbara, I have rabbits and chickens. I live in a town, so I can't have chickens. I was just at the store. Eggs were $4.99. Woof. Yeah, I saw a Walmart. Their 2-pack 18 eggs were 6 something now. I used to get those for like $3.88. Just scrolling down through here. 5 gallons for diesel there, Mrs. P. Kitty 13 says. Sunset, I do, and I love it. It only takes 1 filter instead of 2 like my Berkeley. Brendan Neer, and it's $5 a gallon for diesel in New York State. Wow, Sandy Crabtree, thank you very much. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining in. Crazy Backyard Chicken Man. You can have chickens in the city. You call them pets. Walking with, if you don't want to do that, just get a quail. They make good eggs. Yes, quail eggs are very, very good. We have a local farmers market here that you can get quail eggs, duck eggs. You can actually get quail meat. You can get duck. You can, and it's all farm raised, and it's delicious. I love it. Rakamas, I bought the world's tiniest corned beef, almost the size of my palm, and I have boy hands for about $11. Yep, the same here. Publix, which is a local grocery store down here in Florida, they have them on sale right now for $4.99 a pound. I picked up 2 of them. They were $12 a piece, but they weren't that big. But it's me and my wife, and so it's perfect for us. Corned beef isn't the best thing for you unless you're going to have corned beef hash, and then I can eat a ton of that. I love corned beef, but it's not good for the ticker, if you know what I'm saying. Let me go down through. Pitbull, thank you very much. I love this channel, the channel lives. Yes, they're getting a lot better and a lot better. We're getting more people that are getting in here, and it's getting things are definitely on the going up scale here. Sunset, future airline prices. Yes, that's another thing that you have to think about. I mean, jet fuel isn't cheap. Now, I don't know how much jet fuel does cost, but I know it's a lot more expensive than diesel. So you can bet your bottom dollar that the whole thing of the airlines is going to be going skyrocketing. And I'll probably be letting you all know that here pretty soon, because my son is getting married up north this year, and we'll be flying up there for hopefully 2 weeks. So we have to get on the old booking part here pretty soon and get our flights and stuff all booked before the prices really go through the roof, if you know what I'm saying. Rakamas. Well, I'd like to get a bigger one because they shrink in the crock pot, and then you can take all the fat and everything off of it for the leftovers the next day and cut it up and make the best barbecue. There you go. Hippies Hives. Hey, how you doing? You haven't been in here in a while. Good to see you. I'm always late to the party. How's everyone doing? Hey, better late than never. We still got a little time to go in here. But thanks for finding the time to get in here. I appreciate it. Vivian P. Anyone think buying an RV is a good idea? $3,000 to $5,000. That's about all the money, though. Well, it just depends. If you can find something that is in pretty decent shape that doesn't need a lot of work, I would definitely have it looked at by a mechanic to make sure that a lot of the systems and everything on the RV are running. The water systems, flush systems, any electrical outlets, make sure that everything inside works. Um, and then it may be a good investment. Obviously, it's going to be an older model or something, but if it runs good and the training's good, um, you may have to put new tires or something on it like that. But it would be a good vehicle to have if you had to get out of harm's way in a say, in a sense, you could take a lot more goodies with you, um, as far as your preps and things. Um, but it could be a good investment. All right. She just jumped on me here, so give me 1 second. Gotta back up here. Rakamas. The Keystone beef went up too in the can. Oh yeah, that's been going up. Um, I bought a bunch of up here, Charles Rakamas. Yes, in Vermont. Yep. Um, the Keystone beef. Yeah, I bought a bunch of cans of the ground beef before they went up. The smaller cans, not the big cans, the small cans, and then they like tripled in price. And it was just like jasmine rice last week. It was $24. Was $24 for 20. Checked online, and now it's $30 for the same one. Put it in my cart. Now it's sold out. I ended up buying a 10-pound bag of regular rice. Yeah, I've noticed. One thing I have noticed with the online shopping with Walmart. Now, I don't know about Target or any of those because I don't use those. I don't have a Target close enough to me. But the Walmart is. Have you been? You all have been doing your order, and you go in there and you're putting this stuff in the cart, and then you go to check out, and all of a sudden, oh, this item isn't available. Oh, this item isn't available. It gets frustrating. It really does. And then if you do place the order, then, okay, do you give them permission to substitute things? Sometimes it works into your favor, and then other times it doesn't. You're going to get something, well, I ain't going to eat that or whatever, or I don't want that product but sometimes they'll give you an up on something, um, and you get more, but you only pay the price of the original item that you had picked. So, I mean, it can work in your favor and it can work against your favor, but it just seems like it's happened a lot more lately. Vivian P, I haven't seen a used RV for less than 20,000. Yeah, you right now anything used is like uh, gold. Really. I mean, used cars, they're like gold right now. Um, we get a phone call constantly from because our cars are paid off, and from the company that we bought them from, which is Toyota. Um, they're calling my wife all the time, at least 2, 3 times a week, and they want us to trade them in and everything else. And it's like, I'm not trading them in. I don't want a payment, and they're like, we'll pay you top dollar for them. They want the car, and it's just like, no, because then that means I got to have a car payment again. The whole idea was to get out from underneath the car payments, especially in the times we live in. Survival preparedness for beginners. I'm doing okay. Thank you. Good to be here. Yes, hippie hives. It is nice to see you here. Barbara, my Coleman stove went out, but getting a new one. I've been using all electric appliances, but don't like to depend on electric. Yes. Your Coleman stove, is it something that could have been fixed, or do you not know? I mean, um, I don't know which kind of Coleman stove. Was it a propane, or was it the gas one, the old style gas? Um, Sometimes you can buy parts for them if you know what is wrong, because Coleman stoves are, I think, one of the best prepping products you can buy. Just to have in general for most people, it's very easy to use, especially the propane ones. Um, it's just lighten the burner. There you go. Start cooking. It's like cooking on your gas stove at home. You know. Have a great day. Most everything I need to stock up on is sold out on Wally World. I think you're going to start seeing a lot of that. I think that's going to be reality. Crazy Backyard Chicken Man. Definitely check out the wiring on RVs and campers and make sure the stove and refrigerator works on the gas or electric. Yes, you got to make sure that you're checking all that kind of stuff. It's very, very important. It's going to cost you a lot of money in the long run. Oh, we just jumped again. Sunset oil changes, $100 soon. Yeah, I mean, right now, on my cars, I think mine is $80. So, another $20 probably coming soon. Barbara, I find a lot on the top shelf at Walmart. Yes. That is the trick, folks. If you're looking on the shelf and you don't see something, always look at the very top shelf at Walmart. It doesn't matter what department you're in. You could be in sporting goods, you can be over in um, garden or whatever. If there's shelves and they have stuff on the top, if you don't see stuff, always look up top because sometimes you can find it up there. And then if you can't reach it, either find somebody that maybe can help you out, or you can turn around and, get somebody, um, an associate or something like that. I've helped people out getting stuff off shelves and stuff, especially like, the old ladies and stuff, I mean, they're like this tall and they can't even reach the stuff on like, the second shelf down. So I usually ask them what they're looking for and then I'll grab it for them, because they always put the stuff that everybody wants higher up on the food chain there, if you know what I'm saying. All right, let's see here. Keystone ground beef for $42 on Walmart. Wow. Phew. Barbara, oh, that's awesome. I want to live the nomad life so bad, but I also want a garden. Yeah, thinking having a garden and making sure you're buying seeds and stuff. Um, my RV guy charges me $50 to check RVs I buy and to winterize them. Well, that's not bad. That's pretty good. So we canned potatoes for 3 or 4 weeks. They finally got them in. Well, if they finally got them in, they're probably going to be going quick because a lot of people have probably been looking for those canned potatoes. I mean, I got a ton of them. Um, Elizabeth Tobin, hey, thank you for joining in. Yes, you have a great weekend. Um, Stay safe, keep prepping. Yeah, we are running a little long here, folks. I'm going to scroll down through. Annie in Ohio. How you doing? Thank you for joining in. Tina I couldn't find turkey spam at Wally World. That was the only store I know that carries it. Amazon is way overpriced. Yeah, you have to be very careful. Um, London girl, that's so kind. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining in. I'm 5 foot, so I always looking for the help. Um, I totally understand. My daughter is well, she's probably, if you're lucky, right at 5 foot two. I mean, she's between 4'10" and 5 foot. She's short. Um, but hey, I mean, she gets the stuff done. Tina Hey there, survival Do you have a video on tea light stove, or did you just tell us about it? No, I was just telling. I don't have. I have the tea lights that burn for a very long time. I don't have the tea light stove. I was mentioning in that one, I don't know if it was a live stream or a video, but you can buy a tea light stove that goes with these candles that I bought because I got them through Amazon. I had put them in my cart and they reduced the price. I saved like 40% off of them and I got them for next to nothing. So I bought a whole case of them. But they burn for I forget how many hours. I mean, these things burn forever, but they're made for this stove that you can cook with. So my thing is, I can always rig something up to cook with if I had to, you can use a small rack or something and then put them underneath and then put your pan on top or whatever. But, I mean, there's ways you probably could get around it. Have a great day. I bought the EcoFlow Delta Max. How many extension cords should I buy? I bought one 59-foot cord. Do you think that's all I'll need? I also bought the solar panels. No clue what I need with it. Well, how you probably want to you're going to want to make sure that if are you going to be putting this in your house? I mean a 50-foot cord. Okay. A 50-foot cord. That's good. If you can move the thing around and everything else, the one thing is you don't want to get a cord that's too long to draw too because it draws down on the power. You want to make sure that you want with the solar panels and stuff, it should be pretty self-explanatory. There should be a spot on the machine itself that you're going to plug this into, and then you just put the solar panels out into the sun and let it charge. Make sure they're angled towards the sun, well, depending on where you live, like here, you just put it out in the backyard. But in certain parts of the country, with the time change, oh yeah, that's time changes tonight. But with time change and stuff in the summertime coming, if you're in the north, up north, you're going to face your solar panels to the south because that's where the sun's going to be. And then in the wintertime, like we would face ours towards, you know, wherever in Florida, you can just face your solar panels however you want. Most people are still face their solar panels all to the south. If you notice in Florida, a lot of them are facing southerly. They go on the south side of a roof, or in the yard, they're facing to the south because that's where, especially once the summertime comes around, you get the most power out of the things. So it just depends. There's if you probably go on YouTube, you probably can YouTube, whatever questions you have or your particular system, and I guarantee you somebody out there has done a review on it. All right, folks, we're running a little long here. I know it's Saturday night and everybody wants to enjoy their Saturday night. Don't forget it's time change. If you're part of the time change, London Girl, I don't think this probably would consider you fall in this category. But if you are part of time change, don't forget to set your clocks ahead tonight. You lose an hour of sleep. So you want to make sure that you are staying ready for that. It's a beautiful time of the year. We all hate it. I hate time change. I just leave it alone. All right. Down here in Florida a few years ago, they put it on the ballot. 65-70% of people voted to have this stopped. But the only ones that can do it is the federal government. So it's still sitting up there on somebody's desk somewhere, probably buried beneath all the bureaucracy BS. And all I want is for it to stop. Just leave it alone. Set it however you want to set it and leave it alone. But all right, folks. I got a video coming out tomorrow, 1:00. You got to make sure that you're watching that because I got some more inside information on some things with Walmart and at Winn-Dixie. So if maybe some of you people have Winn-Dixie stores, And I want to say thank you to everyone for everything that you've been doing for my channel. You people are amazing. I have amazing moderators. They're always on here. I thank you for always being in here and watching out and taking care of everything. Um, I'd like to thank all the new subscribers to this channel. We have grown tremendously over the last month, and um, I appreciate everything that everybody does for this channel, for everything that you do to help people out, for the way we are, for the way that we feel that we need to be prepared and that we need to be ready on a moment's notice. And what is taking place across the water, as I had called it earlier in this video, is a very, very good example of why we are doing what we are doing here. When you watch what is going on there and what those people have gone through, because we just don't know. So I'm Survival Preparedness for Beginners. My name is Charles. I'd like to thank all of you once again for being here on this Saturday night and for all that you do for my channel. And until next Saturday live stream, I hope everybody stays safe. You keep prepping. And I'll catch you all on the flip side. Thank you again for everything.